Hi and very welcome. My name is Mary. This is my channel Lumi Level Up and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money. It's quite a cloudy day today, maybe it's even going to rain, so a perfect day to go outlet shopping yet again. This time in Italy, last time we've been in Switzerland at the Foxtown Outlet Center in Mendrisio. I'm going to link that video for you as well. This time we're off to Serravalle, which is about a 2 to 2.5 hour drive from the place we stay at, but they have so many brands, so many stores that it's absolutely worth it to me. That's what we are doing today and you can come along with me.
To clear things up, this footage was already filmed more than a month ago. In the meantime, I already dropped my Gucci Serravalle outlet vlog, my haul at Kate Spade, and a little vlog plus haul at Yves Saint Laurent. In this video, you will get an XXL vlog from all the other brands at Serravalle.
Going for not so sunny weather worked out a little bit too well because it's raining and it seems to keep on raining the entire day.
We started out at Giuseppe Zanotti with these silver metallic stilettos, regular retail 895, an outlet price of 537 euro, and probably they were on additional promotion because of the red dot on the sole. Who can walk on slide heels like that? Regular retail 595 and an outlet price of 357 euro. In these shots you get a little idea of the way the shoes were displayed at Zanotti, leading us to a stunning pair of shoes with ruffles and tulle. Regular retail 750 euro. They were 65% off so that they came down to 263.
These rhinestone beauties in gold or silver were 40% off, 597 instead of 995 euro. Do you remember when the Zanotti leaf wing design was everywhere and totally on trend? These slides were 357 instead of 595 euro regular retail. As I already mentioned several times, I have quite big feet with a size 41 to 42, so I always check out the men's section as well. The blue velvet moccasins with studs were 60% off and came to 318 instead of 795 euro. The black leather espadrilles didn't have a price tag, but that same pair in dark khaki gray was down to 158 euro. The bandana inspired slippers were 300 instead of 750 euro. Dressy patent leather evening shoes were 278 instead of 695. The slides with golden chain detail, which in my opinion would work unisex very well as well, were down to 278 instead of 695. Chunky white sandals 220 instead of 550. The bandana flip-flop sandals in red or black were 118 instead of 295. That pink Barbie core rhinestone pair of sneakers definitely would work for women as well. It was 60% off, down to 460 euro. Keeping it very sparkly with those Joker slippers for 717 instead of 1195 euro. And the mules 40% off for 570 instead of 950. Finishing our stop at Giuseppe Zanotti with a more plain pair of slippers for 423 instead of 705 euro. The next shop we checked out was D Squared, and here I have to be honest, I never really know how I feel about their designs. Hot pants were 273 instead of 420. Iconic rubber beach slides didn't come with a price tag, unfortunately. For my personal liking, the prices for such a street style brand are a tad too high, but maybe that's just me. Raffia slides 507 instead of 780 euro. Espadrille mules 302 instead of nearly 500. I don't know, somehow it's just not my brand. I looked at some bags like this plastic one, which was 107 instead of 185. Who would pay that much for such a bag? The blue vanity case bag definitely was cuter but came without a price tag. The raffia shoulder baguette bag was 357 instead of 550. That's already everything I checked out at D Squared, and next was Moncler. This coin pouch on a long strap was down to 100 instead of 270. I kinda liked the color but not really sure what to use it for, and overall Moncler had a lot of SLGs and even outdoor gear, which kind kinda surprised me. I would not have expected to see a 150 euro water bottle. Regular retail even 375, excuse me. What do we think of these steampunk sunglasses for 266 instead of 380 euro? Probably not really my style, but they had a very sparkly version of that same shape for the same price point but giving very different vibes. Cute raffia bucket bag alert, regular retail 695, outlet price 486 and reduced down to 250 euro. Of course, Moncler had clothing and even a kids section as well, but it's not that much my brand, so that I'm not going to show you anymore in that store because Serravalle has so much more to offer. Trust me, we're just getting started, and this is an impression of the outlet village when there was a moment without too much rain falling. Next up was Givenchy, where I checked out these pink trainers. Regular retail 650 and the outlet price was half off at 325. The Cruella de Vil cardigan jumper was 580 instead of 1450. A cotton shirt came to 288 instead of 620. Overall, the Givenchy boutique is on the smaller side, so all eyes on you and not that easy to film and check out all the prices. The white mule slides were 275 instead of 550 regular retail. Unfortunately, I didn't find the price tag on the Antigona, but in case you're curious, for a cap 188 instead of 375. On my way to check out a feathery extravaganza, regular retail 850, outlet price half off 425. Bags at the outlet are oftentimes quite a hassle to check out the prices cause the tags are hidden inside. I did find the tag on this one though. Outlet price 774 and no regular retail mentioned, so maybe it was a made for the outlet bag. You might be able to spot in the background that the bag was available in different colors as well. These detailed sandals were half price off, so instead of 950 down to 475 euro. Even though we visited the outlet in summer, they already had some fall and winter boots for half of the regular retail as well. These boots would have been 1250 and the outlet price was 625 euro. The next store had mainly shoes. It was Casadei, and unfortunately it's always so much more relaxed and easy to film in these kinds of stores than in the luxury boutiques, which probably you are interested in even more. But if I may say so, that's quite a luxury price point for patent leather pumps. Regular retail 550 and the outlet price was 360. These mirrored sandal flats would come even more pricey at 595 euro and an outlet price of 385. That pair was 320 instead of nearly 500 euro, and they had quite some metallic shoes this time. Another pair of beautiful sparkly sandal flats, 385 instead of 595. Did you know that Casadei is a brand more on the pricier side? These sparkly plateau heels were 600 instead of 925. Staying in the range of shoes, what a beautiful rainbow of Tods moccasin loafer flats. Unfortunately, the savings were not too great. These dusty rosy ones were 415 instead of 490, same price on the more pinkish ones. So I left the shoes behind for now to check out some bags. I'm a huge fan of Tods quality, but this time the prices were still quite high. This bag was 1105 euro instead of 1700 regular retail. The somewhat wilder version with animal print was 1365 instead of 2100 regular retail. The color scheme of that little crossbody bag in jacquard with a huge golden Tods buckle and black leather really spoke to me. The price point was 780 instead of 1200 euro. Tods even had an exotic snakeskin bag, but the price tag somewhat confused me. It just said 2500, no outlet price. There was a sticker that said no F&F. No idea what's that supposed to mean, but it had a red sticker, so maybe it was on additional promotion. If anyone knows what no F&F means, definitely let me know. In my opinion, Tods has especially beautiful bags for work because they are high quality yet still understated. Unfortunately, the tag was so tucked in that I couldn't manage to get it out of the bag to check it out for you. Back to some more shoes. Most of them ranged between 265 up to around 450 euro, depending on the style you like. I absolutely do like Tods shoes, but the prices didn't get me too crazy, especially since there was nothing I was actually on the hunt for. The next store we did check out was Coach, which usually has quite a nice sale section. That bucket bag was down to 209 instead of 495 regular retail. The matching Nolita pochette was down to 89 euro. The tag on these shoulder bags said they would have had a regular retail of 495, which I think is quite a lot for that bag, but the outlet price was 179. Cute little camera bag on sale for 109 instead of 375 regular retail. Another bag that was listed with a regular retail price of 495 was on sale for 149. There were so many bags in the Coach sales section that even though the price tags were very accessible, I could not check out the prices on all of them, so just enjoy some of the impressions. Cute strawberry bag. That little tropical themed pouch was down to only 29 euro instead of 95. If this mini Lily Coach bag is not giving you Louis Vuitton's Speedy 20 vibes in the color Lagoon, which was a bag that highly disappointed me, well, then I don't know, and this one was down to only 149 euro. Looking back, I'm somewhat surprised it didn't get me tempted. That green bag was 249 instead of 695 regular retail, and it was a tad too small for my liking. Another bag where the listed retail price got me quite confused, 595 euro for a cotton beach bag. It was down to 219 at the outlet sale. Raffia bags always grab my attention. This one was 389 instead of 595 euro, and I absolutely loved the look of that bag. A quick glance at the men's section, the Hudson backpack was down to 349 instead of 850 regular retail, and there was a small men's sales section as well. Neon belt bag 175 instead of 450 regular retail. I didn't check out the price on that rainbow pouch, but that canvas bag was 109 instead of 350. I was somewhat surprised that there even was a line in front of Balenciaga, because when we visited the outlet in summer, it was still quite close to the big Balenciaga scandal. I didn't plan to purchase anything, but I definitely was curious to see if the scandal did affect the outlet prices as well. These mock croc leather bags in the look of a shopping bag had a regular retail of 1,350 and the outlet price was 880. A bigger version of that bag without mock croc was 945 instead of 1,450 full price. A green Ibiza basket bag was 585 instead of 895. The so-called bistro basket bag was 750 instead of 1,150. It was available in blue, red, yellow and black, so definitely quite some options. The literal basket bag had the price tag hidden. Even though the stuff seemed way more relaxed this time than they used to be in the past, I didn't want to provoke it too much and didn't search for the tag any further. The neo-classic mini motorcycle bag was 620 instead of around 1,000 in different colorways. Unfortunately, I didn't check the price on the micro hourglass bag. Fluffy fake fur rainbow heart 350 instead of 695. No price tag to be found on the Balenciaga hourglass sneakerhead bag that is inspired by sneakers. Overall, I would say the prices might have been a tad lower than usually, but not that much as I would have expected considering the scandal. Absolutely in love with the color, Balenciaga sneakers for 585 euro, but no regular retail listed. And those were 555 as well without a regular retail tag. This time I didn't film that much at the more contemporary brand stores because I managed to get so much footage, but I wanted to show you around a little bit at Longchamp because I know many of you love the brand. These mini micro Le Pliage pouches were 85 euro and didn't tell a regular retail price. I'm not an expert on Longchamp and their prices, but they seem to range from around 55 to 80 at the outlet depending on the color, style and size. A bag that absolutely grabbed my attention for fall and winter season was this shearling tote for 515 euro instead of 790 regular retail. Cute, but a tad too small for a practical tote bag for me. The silk bandeau twillies were 38 euro instead of 75 regular retail, different designs and colorways to choose from. Bigger scarves of course were priced a tad higher. Close to the checkout there was a little middle area with key and bag charms. This cat with hard eyes was half the price of 45 instead of 90. The Chloé Flora artist collaboration dogs were even down to 38 instead of 75 regular retail. Black Longchamp sandals in the typical leather, 115 instead of 250 regular retail. The flats had quite a good saving with 155 instead of 390 regular retail. As usual, there was a line in front of Saint Laurent, and if you're interested in that brand, I managed to film around 10 minutes showing you shoes, bags and accessories with the prices, but that's its own video with a little haul, which I'm going to link for you at the end of this video to check out next. So if you want to know what the Saint Laurent boutique in Serravalle has to offer, I have an entire video for you. The Serravalle Ralph Lauren store is huge. It has a women's, men's and children's section, but I mainly focused on checking out some bags that gave me old money aesthetic vibes. Not necessarily this straw raffia bag though. These very interesting woven bucket bags were 349 instead of 499 regular retail. I hated the look of those jeans bucket bags for 279 instead of 399. A tad better, but still not really my aesthetic, 139 instead of 199. Finally, a bag that really spoke to me for 244 instead of 349 regular retail, and a smaller shoulder or crossbody bag was 230 instead of 329 regular retail. Plain thong sandals were 209 instead of 299. Even though I liked the look of those interwoven bags, for example the clutch for 181 instead of 259, these bags were giving me too much Bottega Veneta vibes. The big shopper tote was 321 instead of 459 regular retail. And we finished the Ralph Lauren store with a very detailed bucket bag for 230 instead of 329 euro. The next store was Armani, and a summer hat for 148 instead of 299 euro is not too bad of a price, I would say. Same price point on a pink silk headscarf hat. The boxer boots inspired shoes were 444 instead of 870 regular retail. I tried on the hat, but not too sure about it. With that poor presentation of those suede or patent leather pumps, I was hoping for an incredible deal, but they were 177 instead of 299. So yet again, not too sure about that. Armani is one of the very big stores with lots of clothing in Serravalle as well. Pink Emporio Armani flat sandals, 393 euro instead of 770 regular retail. Orange moccasin loafers, 413 euro instead of 810 regular retail. Giorgio Armani is the most expensive line of Armani, so 390 for this open-toed seemed to have been quite a good price, even though the body was mainly canvas and just the handles were leather. Sandals for 444 instead of 870 regular retail. These very interesting flats were 485 instead of 950 full price. Going down on the shelves to an elegant pair of kitten heels which had an outlet price of 345 instead of 690 full price. The metallic golden slippers were 393 instead of 770 retail price. Then I spotted a lonely woven bag that I wanted to check out. It had an outlet price of 410 euro and a regular retail of 650. Checking out some more accessoires, for example this summery hat for 95 euro instead of 150, but if I'm completely honest with you, it looked and felt quite cheap to me, so this one not really worth the price to me. A fun metallic multi-pochette party bag on which the regular retail kinda surprised me. It was just 390 and the outlet price was 239. Probably in my mind I mixed up Armani diffusion brands, and Emporio Armani is just not that expensive to begin with, cause that blue camera bag was just 104 euro. With a very affordable retail price of 165 euro. Outlet belts are often worth a look because it's oftentimes boutique pieces that got to the outlet. This silk rope was 208 instead of 333. You could score a black Armani leather belt with a golden buckle for just 80 euro, but with 127 the regular retail wasn't that high to begin with. The tag on that silk scarf didn't come with a price, but we start into the next store with a banger. Jimmy Choo crystal pumps for 1,592 instead of 2,395 euro. A bedazzled mesh ankle bootie was 897 instead of 1,795, so half of the regular retail. What a stunning beauty. Very much in the bridal shoe lane, the Jimmy Choo Annie for 318 instead of 795 euro. The glitter sparkly version had the same regular retail but was still 528 at the outlet. For those patent leather stilettos, black and white had the same price point of 715 instead of 925. And as you can see, there were shelves and shelves of shoes and even bags. This style with the pearl details is called Bazette, and it was down to only 230 instead of 575 euro. Another great deal at the same 230 price point instead of 575. Exactly the same applies to that orange flat pair. I couldn't get enough from looking at those shoes, and I was definitely on the hunt for a super sale price pair in my size. The metallic silver plateau high heels were half of the regular retail, so instead of 850 down to 425. The so-called Oriana stilettos in Napa leather with chains were 447 instead of 895, so another 50% off. Silver heels in the style Aura with a pearl detail, 661 instead of 995. And those blue metallic flats were 60% off down to 260 instead of 650 regular retail. Those glittery rope heels were 50% off down to 597 instead of 1195. Another glittery stiletto, 448 instead of 675. Same price point on the not glittery siblings in pink and black. The so-called Isabel shoe in different colorways was 498 instead of 750. Those Leah heel slippers looked quite comfy, 462 instead of 795 euro, available in different colors. Interestingly enough, the version with one leather strap less was still priced at 448. That turquoise, sage green, flat slide immediately had my attention. I love that color, and the price point 150 instead of 375? Absolutely loved it. Another great deal, black espandrills for 158 instead of 395 euro. But of course, with shoes at the outlet, you have to be lucky that they still have your size. Funny enough, these bedazzled sneakers were exactly my size. They were down to 415 instead of 625, but unfortunately not exactly what I was looking for. Same price point on the black pair, but I actually did prefer the white ones. With 280 instead of 560, those glittery sneakers were a great deal, but they looked a little cheap to me. Definitely not cheap looking. Those pumps for 398 instead of 995. Available in yellow as well. Those orange thong sandals were down to only 210 instead of 525. And the red glittery kitten heels 50% off down to 312 instead of 625. Fuchsia pink satin flats for 158 instead of 395 euro. A great deal yet again. Unfortunately, you hardly can see that pair of flats for 157 when another turquoise pair for 198 instead of 495 euro caught my attention. I absolutely love shoes with black lace. Those Agnes pumps were 290 instead of 725. Gala flats in a turquoise blue were 297 instead of 595. I feel like that shape of Jimmy Choo Bing heels is totally on trend right now. 595 euro instead of 895, but obviously a interesting color or material choice. We stay in the range of neon colors with the Agnes pumps in yellow or pink for 238 instead of 595 euro. The Jimmy Choo outlet even had the matching patent leather yellow bag for 460 instead of 1150 euro. Pink was available as well, even as an adorable micro version for 278 instead of 695 euro. Obviously, I at least had to try that cutie on, but I don't really have a use case for a hot pink neon micro Jimmy Choo bag. But that obviously doesn't stop me from looking at that mini metallic bucket bag for 395 instead of 595 euros. So cute. Available in gold as well. Same price point. Sadly, size up was price up as well. 595 instead of 895 for that bigger golden version. version. That pearly micro bag card holder was 208 instead of 695 euro and therefore 70% off the regular retail, but it's tiny, really tiny. The stylish Bing heels were available in snake print as well as in Bordeaux mock croc for 565 instead of 850 regular retail. Ever wanted Jimmy Choo bathing slides? 166 euro instead of 250 regular retail. Different colors available. Obviously, I at least had to try on my favorite pair and great deal on that day, the light turquoise slides. Unfortunately, they were a size 41 and I would have rather needed a 42, so they were too small for me. I did try on a quite similar style in pink mock croc in 42, which did fit better, but I wanted the turquoise for 150. And isn't it crazy how dirty the floor was? Well, initially I wanted to show you all of the stores and boutiques in one video, but I'm slowly going crazy with all the editing. I'm really sorry. I already did Gucci, I already did Saint Laurent as I mentioned in this video, I did Kate Spade, and if you enjoy this kind of content, please let me know with a like and a comment, because it's really a lot of work, but I could do a follow-up with Fendi, Burberry, Zimmermann, Moschino, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, Prada and Ferragamo. I have so much more footage that I could show you, so thank you so much for watching, hope to see you next time and bye!